Jerry Jones comes out very entitled, but also he seems like he's kind of losing it a little bit. Do you guys feel like he's kind of
grumpy old man?
No, he's an old man that's rich. He's like, don't question me.
He been rich for a long time.
Right, you know what I'm saying? He's like, I've been owning these boys, these cowboys. BET Hip Hop Awards, that was happening, and the results are out. If you didn't watch, it was the K-Dot show.
Of course.
Kendrick Lamar won all 8 of the trophies that he was nominated for.
Yeah.
Yeah, we said that.
I told you I didn't want it to just be one award, and it ended up being that.
Yes.
He won Hip Hop Artist of the Year, Song of the Year, Not Like Us, Best Hip Hop Video, Not Like Us. He also took down Best 16, the Sweet 16 Best Feature Verse. He took down Lyricist of the Year as well. And that infamous Impact track that we said, wow, had to go to somebody that was more inspired. I don't know how a pedo song
I know.
pretty much became the Impact track. They gave everything to him. Now, those 12 nominations that Meg Thee Stallion got, well, we were like, she didn't talk. She
didn't get a one?
No. I told you.
I said it.
Yeah.
I told you. I was like, listen,
Damn.
I don't know how she got 12 nominations. That's why
PR.
people think the fix is in.
Yeah.
Like if she's Jay-Z's Rock Nation baby.
Yeah. We said it during the nominations, though, on both sides. We said Kendrick. It seemed like Kendrick was going to win them all.
It's obvious.
And the other one on Megan, we were voting for other people, too.
Well, I mean, there was some other tomfoolery, like Nicki Minaj, Pink Friday 2 won Hip Hop Album of the Year.
Album of the year?
Album.
I mean, I definitely like what she.
Okay, no, you didn't.
I did not the
You
whole
lied.
album.
There's
other
You would
ones.
not call that album the album
Name
of the
me
year.
3 songs from the album.
Right.
First of all, I'm not the person to pick.
It was not deserving of album of the year, but they gave it to her. Obviously, it was a big play there. Sexy Red got best breakthrough hip hop artist.
Good.
And one of the choices that I thought was ironclad choice, 50 Cent got Hustler of the Year because of all of his TV hustling.
He really is.
I mean, he went out and took Diddy's information and repackaged it into a Netflix special. So he is definitely the hustler of the year. Metro Boomin and Future got best duo or group.
Okay,
Now,
love
there
that.
you go.
Yeah, there you go. So big looks right there. Let's see. Also, your fashion show that you were excited about yesterday.
I was just talking to Rich about it just 2.5 seconds ago. I'm like, did you see it?
No, I didn't. And apparently nobody else did either.
Oh, man.
Gigi Hadid opened the 2024 Victoria's Secret's fashion show and made its return on last night.
Yep.
It aired live on Amazon's Prime Video.
Yep.
This show went away after a while because people were like, calling it sexist and everything else. They said it was the most boring show ever.
It really was boring. I will totally admit it. It's not like it used to be. It's not as glamorous, as fashion forward. There was no multi-million-dollar bra. I will say it was fun to see the Hadid sisters and then also the OG Victoria's Secret models.
Adriana Lima.
Woo!
Adriana Lima was
That's
my
my
favorite.
wife.
My God.
She was so fire back in the day.
And honestly, that made me more interested for it. But usually what I'm interested about is the performances. And I heard nothing about those this year.
Cher was performing and then Tyler performed a song. So
Cher?
I know. I'm a fan, and I was like, really, this is what we're doing? She did that song. And I was,
she did
yes,
not.
she did.
She's like, let me do an oldie but a goodie.
Right, they used to have like Taylor Swift, The Weeknd. They had Justin Bieber, Justin Timberlake, and I'm like, what is going on?
Some of the comments that were left under the postings for Victoria's Secret said Victoria's Secret came back with the most boring show ever. The other person says Victoria's Secret show looks so modern and boring now. I'm disappointed. Victoria's Secret has yet to listen to any of our public demands. This is not the show we wanted. Everyone's hair is flat. No extremely tall models.
Right.
The entire production is different. Someone else says Victoria's Secret really said go woke or go broke.
And that's pretty much, I mean, honestly, as somebody that was just happy to see the social media posts and stuff like that, it is very right what you just said.
I saw the highlights this morning.
Yeah.
One thing I will commend them on, they did have a bunch of plus size models that I was like, you know what? I actually like that they included them in it and that, they're trying to bring inclusion to the show and stuff like that. But I will say nobody talked about it.
Well, there you go. Shout out to the plus size ladies
Except for me.
out there. Meredith Watch. We got to, strangely enough, not talk about our Buccaneers. We have to talk about the Dallas Cowboys.
What?
How about them Cowboys? All right, so to give all of the novices that might not be aware, okay, so there was a massacre this weekend. The Dallas Cowboys lost to the Detroit Lions like 47-9.
Dude,
Oh, my God.
Okay, now the strange thing was it was Jerry Jones' birthday.
Aww.
And Jerry Jones, of course, is the owner, is the general manager, he's the president, he is the king of all decisions made for Dallas.
Yes.
And for those of us who are football fans, like, it was an off season where everybody expected some big stuff to happen, and none of that big stuff really happened. Like, they didn't have a running back. And Derrick Henry was out there. Everybody's like, Derrick Henry's going to the Cowboys. He even said it. I would like to play with the Cowboys. And then it ended up ending, and he went away to Baltimore.
Damn.
Nobody got him. So they're running through the season with, pretty much some lukewarm players. But their players who were there got bigger money. Dak Prescott got it. He ain't earning it. CeeDee Lamb got it. Dak can't get him the ball. So a lot of questions out there. He has a show that he has to call in to every week to talk about the game.
Okay.
Apparently he didn't like the questioning, and so this is how it went.
Okay. So, Jerry, 1970, a little different from this past off season in building the team we're talking about today, which there was a lot of criticism that you guys didn't add, didn't spend, and don't add, and don't spend, and are not aggressive enough with some of the problems that are still haunting the Cowboys today that we see play out on the field. That's the point of talking about the offseason.
Oh, I remember those criticisms very well. Okay, so what?
Are they playing out to be accurate?
What's your point? What's your point?
My point is, it seems like
Listen, let me tell you what I'll do. Let me tell you what I'll do about it. I will let us sit down and look at the decisions we've made over the last several years. Okay, I'll look at it. Now, if you think I'm interested on a damn phone call with you over a radio and sitting here and throwing all the good out with the dishwater, you have got to be smoking something over there this morning. I'm not. And I really don't, and I don't even want our listeners to listen to me, to talk about, this is not your job. Your job isn't to let me go over all the reasons that I did something and I'm sorry that I did it. That's not your job.
Oh.
Well, my job is to ask
why.
why.
A job, or I'll get somebody else to ask these questions, man.
Jerry, we're trying to figure out why the team is.
I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. You're not going to figure out what the team is doing right or wrong. If you are, or any 5 or 10 like you, you need to come to this meeting I'm going to today. There are 32 teams here. You're geniuses.
Jerry,
okay? Y'all really think you're going to sit here with a microphone and tell me all of the things that I've done wrong and without going over the rights?
Well,
now, listen, we both know we're talking to a lot of great fans and a lot of great listeners. And I am very sorry for what happened out there Sunday. I'm sick about what happened Sunday. Now, I'm not talking to these yahoos on the end of this phone. I'm talking to you, the fans that are listening this morning.
I ain't talking to these yahoos on the phone.
Wow.
I'm talking to the listeners this morning. He threatened their job live on the radio.
For doing their job.
He was like, it's not your job. It's not your job to question me. What?
That is their job. That is their job.
I would think you're supposed to question. Like when we had that bad game against Denver, we came on the air and we kind of ripped apart the bad performance.
Correct.
That's what you're supposed to do. And we ain't even sports dudes. Though all they do is sports.
That's what they're
day,
supposed
all
to
day.
talk about.
Yes. And by the way, if you do have somebody like that on the phone, what are you just going to do? Throw softball questions? And he calls in they must have like a
they do it weekly. They do a weekly thing.
They
do. I mean, basically, they're the franchise that handles the game, so they get the post game report where he gets to have a phone call with them. And he's like, "Yo, I don't want to hear about it. It was my birthday. Yeah, we lost 47-9.
You're
Say
fired.
And what? and nope. So what? You're stupid.
Yeah.
Not your job."
I got a couple of questions. One, what is the good with the dishwater? Like that whole
Throw it out with this old people talk. It's kind of like when Joe Biden was talking about malarkey. Everybody's like, what's malarkey? Yeah. Just go ahead. Let that one stay back in the back.
To threaten your job, though, for doing your job?
And that was my second question. Does he own that radio station?
Well, I mean, he owns the Cowboys, and the Cowboys have a deal with that station. So
they have a contract with them.
He can say, I don't want to continue with that person. He can vote to get that person out of there. Because he's like, it would be like us if we were the Buccaneers network, and they're like, man, listen, Rich be talking some sideways crap about us and stuff. I don't want us going back on that show because it's embarrassing.
Right.
So they could do that.
That holds a lot of weight as well.
They can definitely do that.
Diddy did that to Wendy Williams.
Well, yeah.
That's a good example in just a little bit of a way.
Wendy was on the air, and she was making some comments, and he says, I will not continue with y'all unless you get rid of that person, and Wendy was gone. So, yeah.
With everything with Jerry Jones lately, the Jamie Foxx video with this, Jerry Jones comes out very entitled, but also he seems like he's kind of losing it a little bit. Do you guys feel like he's kind of
grumpy old man?
No, he's an old man that's rich. He's like, don't question me.
He's been rich for a long time.
Right. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I've been owning these boys, these Cowboys. How about them boys? Like, these my boys. That's all he talks about. So he's got to be the expert in the room.
It's also got to be a hard pill to swallow when people keep pointing out obvious flaws that maybe you should have spent the money during the offseason.
But it's very true, though. I mean, when you look backwards, because, Derrick Henry is pretty much like, they call him King Henry because this dude is just a beast.
Yeah.
And he was yearning to go to Dallas. Like, everybody knew when he left, they were like, oh my God, he's going to Dallas. That's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Dude.
And when he didn't show up, like, even us that are like in fantasy football, we're like, wait, what? They didn't get him? And now they just have some dude named Dowdell? Like, it was like, that's who their running back is. Then they brought Ezekiel Elliott back, who's good for like 2 plays a game. So, we were like, what? I don't get why they didn't do that. So a lot of people have the question. That guy wasn't out of line for asking.
No, and he wasn't rude at all.
Pretty sad.
Respectful.
Pretty sad. Your girl, Kristen Cavallari, has gone on her podcast and says she believes Kanye West has been replaced by a clone. She said, don't cancel me, Hollywood, but if you look at him and compare the old photos of him, it's not the same blank in person. I believe this with every ounce of my body. It was her Let's Be Honest podcast, and she basically explained that I believe that after all of the little stuff, the person who showed up when the smoke cleared was not Kanye West, but a clone.
A lot of people have been saying that about different celebrities, and Kanye's definitely on that list.
Kanye is not as far up that list as Jamie Foxx.
No.
I would tell you, I still think Jamie Foxx is one of them Tesla robots. I think Elon Musk went in there and created him a Tesla, like little robot like that thing, and bow gave us Jamie Foxx 2.0.
I believe the Jamie Foxx one a little bit. I mean, it's a conspiracy theory, but the Kanye one, Kanye's always been crazy.
Kanye just gained weight.
Yeah, and he got older.
Yeah.
And he stopped caring about his grooming, because that gnarly beard that he got going on makes him look kind of homeless. He looks like Kanye homeless.
And recently, if there's one Kanye move that I know is Kanye, is so that whole news came out that he was trying to hook up with his wife's mom.
Yeah.
And then now he's saying he's dropping a new album. I'm like, oh yeah, Kanye's still Kanye, because any publicity he uses it so that he could promote his album.
There were screenshots of that conversation that was reportedly in that lawsuit, though.
Yeah.
The lawsuit from Lauren Pisciotti. There were screenshots that Kanye showed her that basically was him talking to his wife saying, hey, set that up. Because let your mom know. I think Kanye a different kind of freak, dog. Because you'd let somebody know, look here, I want a shot at your mom's.
Yeah.
And you think and you think that's a clone? That's Kanye.
No. I mean, I don't know if that's a clone or not, but I don't think that's acceptable.
No, it's definitely
I don't think
not.
any lady out here is like, yeah, I'll give my husband a shot at my mom's.
Yeah, that's so
how
wrong.
fine is her mama, though?
That's a
her
good
mama
question.
probably fine.
I saw a couple of pictures. She looked.
Her mama probably fine.
Like
And the way that women walk around half naked, I bet you her mama just be walking around with her house coat open.
Maybe.
So it is what it is. All right, we got to come back. Hold on.
Orlando in the Freak Show.
The new Wild 94.1